Do you have back pain that just won't go away? And there's no obvious cause? I've been there, and I'm happy to tell you that there is a way out. How do I know? Because I was there. And after 3 years of searching, I finally found out why I was in pain and the way to get out of it. If you are in pain and you don't know why, it's highly likely that you sit too much and you have a muscle imbalance. Where does this muscle imbalance come from? Sitting. We all know that sitting is not good for you. We just don't know how bad it is for you. We would all rather not sit for our jobs, but our jobs require us to sit for long periods of time. Your body was not meant to do that. Back in the day, you sat on rocks, not for very long, and you were always looking over your shoulder, ready to bolt. And that's how our bodies are engineered. They were definitely not designed to sit for multiple hours at a time. Our bodies and our wallets are paying the price. But there is a way out. Hi, I'm Aaron, PhD chemist, chronic back pain survivor. Why should you listen to me? The obvious answer is 3 years ago, I could barely walk, and now I'm doing this. And this. It worked for me, it can work for you. There's nothing special about my physique. I sat a lot, and one day, mysterious pain. It would come and go and come and go, and then it just stayed. I went through it, I know how to get out of it. I have a PhD in chemistry with an emphasis in pharmaceuticals and biomaterials. I know a lot about the body, how it works mechanically, how it works chemically. And this all makes sense. It resonates with what I went through and the technique, the method that worked when nothing else would. I would not be in front of you telling you this if I wasn't fairly confident that this could help a lot of people. Why would I make a jerk of myself on the internet? Don't answer that. The other reason you should trust me is pretty simple. I'm not selling anything. I'm not doing this to make money, although a little bit of support to my Patreon wouldn't hurt. I'm doing this as a service because I want to help people. And this is a pretty remarkable time we live in where I can share what I know with millions of people for about $1,000 worth of equipment. So I'm going to take that opportunity. So I'm sitting there in terrible pain. It's COVID. I can't go out. I can just look on the web for information about maybe why I was in pain and maybe some exercises or techniques I should do. And I couldn't find a coherent, cohesive explanation for mysterious back pain or how to get out of it. Eventually, I just got lucky. I found a couple of dudes, one of whom told me what the problem was, and the other showed me how to get out of it. And now I'm going to share it with you. Okay, what is this method? There's 3 components. Number 1 is strengthening and waking up your posterior chain. In particular, your glutes and hamstrings. These are the muscles that are most negatively affected by our sedentary lifestyle. When you're sitting down, your front side is relatively activated, your anterior muscles. You're eating popcorn, watching Netflix, or drinking water, or typing. Meanwhile, all of these muscles back here, your posterior, they're normally what straightens you up, what fights gravity. Those muscles go to sleep. And then you can imagine you have muscles in the front that are active and engaged, and muscles in the back that are loosey-goosey, and something is going to shift. Every part of your body is designed to be precisely where it is. They don't have to shift very much to send your body and your brain into emergency panic mode. Big muscles aren't doing their job. Little muscles have to pick up the slack, and they were not meant to do that. All they can do is seize up, and it hurts like hell. So we're going to wake those big muscles up and then build up their strength as you train your body to be able to sit down. You were not meant to sit down. You need to train in order to do it, or you will pay the price. Number 2 is doing short, intense exercises for 5 to 7 minutes every hour that you're sitting down. We call them movement snacks. Movement snacks. I don't particularly like the name, but it works. It's like something that you do real quick and solves your problem and makes you feel good. In this case, it's not hunger, it's your body's hunger for action, for activity, for doing what it was meant to do, which is not sitting. So, a movement snack. Things like side bends, lunges, leg swings, different short, intense exercises focused on strength and mobility, in particular in this posterior chain, the glutes and the hamstrings that are the most negatively affected by sitting. Just to remind them why they're there and that they can't go to sleep. And number 3 is diet. You're going to be building muscle. The American diet is high carb, low protein, low fiber. It's the opposite of how we were meant to eat. We were meant to eat high protein with some fiber and low carbs. It's not a major adjustment. It's doable and it's affordable. And with technology, it's easy. It's easier than it's ever been. Counting calories used to be a real barrier. Nobody likes counting calories. If you're hardcore enough to count calories, you probably exercise every day anyway and you're in great shape. No, get an app, scan a barcode. All the nutritional information right there. Literally takes 30 seconds out of your day and no brain time, and then spits all the graphics out there. You know exactly where you are, what you need. High protein, low carb, high fiber. Now, each of those elements has positive reinforcing effect. Obviously, strength training feels amazing, unlike running where you have to break through a lot of pain before you get the runner's high. Movement snacks. Your body likes to move, your blood likes to circulate, your brain needs a break every now and then to be most efficient and effective at whatever you're doing when you're sitting down. It helps. It'll help you focus, it'll help your efficiency and your overall mood. And of course, diet, when you start to see the impact and feel the impact of switching to a high protein diet. Not aggro, nothing aggro. You're not rigidly or rigorously avoiding carbs. All 3 of these elements complement each other. There's a book called Atomic Habits. It's about not trying to make a huge radical change, but changing 3 things a little bit is much easier, and together they complement each other. And it has just as big, if not a bigger effect than some massive change. So all 3, it's a change in lifestyle. You're gonna make a lifestyle change. It's worth it to not be in pain. And these are not by themselves major lifestyle changes. So there's not a huge barrier. You don't feel like you're having to make some huge adjustment, which you don't have time for. You don't have the energy or the bandwidth for, in all likelihood. Life is hard, life is stressful. So that's the idea. Those are the 3 elements. Next, I would watch my video on the most important movement you've never heard of, the hinge, and then watch my deadlift video, because ultimately the deadlift is the goal, the first real milestone where you're like, okay, this is awesome. This is badass. I don't know anybody else who can do this. And especially if there was something really wrong with my back other than a muscle imbalance, I could not do this. It would be impossible. And I'm not talking about deadlifting huge weight. I'm talking about deadlifting a bar. The name is unfortunate because it's intimidating and it shouldn't be. It should be called the life lift. Watch those 2 videos and then you'll be calibrated. It's time to start. And I will keep adding videos following my progression from being totally afraid to bend over and in terrible pain to now being in the best shape of my life, doing Olympic level maneuvers and feeling amazing every day. Feeling amazing every step I take. It puts a literal spring in your step. Do it. That's all I've got to say today. Please like, subscribe, share with anyone you know who has back pain and they don't know why. There's no obvious reason. The link to my Patreon is down below. Any support, much appreciated. I'll be able to get this content out there faster and in higher quality. Or buy me a coffee. These craft lattes where I live are amazing. Buy me a coffee, I'll love you forever. Otherwise, leave feedback and questions in the comments, and I really look forward to helping a lot of people. You can definitely do this. If I could do this, you can do this. We can do this. Let's do this. Peace.